to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy, as we'll see the number 4 team in the country, the Oregon Ducks, taking on the 5th-ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. The Buckeyes will kick it away to start us off. He'll bring it out. It's Whittington. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touch. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Hand off from the shotgun. They shut it down quickly, but he gets 2 out to the 18. The Ducks will hustle to the line. Here's the handoff. Makes it past the marker. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. Line gets set, first down. The Ducks get a fresh set of downs with a fast, hard finish on that play.
Fast is the word. As long as I can remember watching Oregon football, it's always guys that can get the football, get downhill, get back in the line of scrimmage, run the next play really fast, but it always starts with the ground game.
Runs through the tackle. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. And this one will be stopped for no gain. The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on 3rd down. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. The Ducks have it with a 1st and 10.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing it.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Oregon.
And they just keep feeding it to their workhorse back to open this game. Great job in the open field. He's got tremendous vision. He can make people miss. You saw all of that on display here in the opening drive.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. So a drive there of 85 yards. And he capped it off with a 27-yard touchdown run. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Fielded in the end zone, it's Tate. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. DB's right up on the receivers. They'll see if they can find some running room on the right here. Band of that daylight to pick up 6 to the 22.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on 1st down and set up a short yardage on 2nd down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call
Fires into traffic, picked off. Trying to take it back. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
Man, that's not the attempt you wanted to start the game. First pass of the game, interception. Man, just this is where you go over the sidelines. You have a good talk with your coach. You settle down. It's not the end of the world. It's one pass, but that is not the start he had in mind today.
And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Moore will throw. That's caught. It's Green.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Gonna run it. It's Hill. Got enough space. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks! Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
Coming out with it. And the ball's free, deep in his own territory. Kicking team's got it.
Kick returners usually have to have that home run ability, the ability to take it to the house 100-plus yards. But it's also a tough skill because you've got all these guys flying down the field so fast, and sometimes you get a big hit and ball security becomes an issue.
This defense has been gashed, and they are backed up again with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line. And the Ducks want to move quickly. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. And the D deny them on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Oregon!
This offense is looking ridiculous. 3 touchdowns now in the first quarter, doing whatever they want at will. I don't know if you're panicking, Palmer, but, I mean, they got to put something together on the other side of the field or else this one's going to get ugly fast.
One thing I know, David, is the defensive staff, after having the ball just run down their throat and thrown over their heads, they need to make some adjustments earlier than they probably anticipated, because right now they have no answers for this offense.
He'll bring it out. It's Tate. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Wants to throw. It's Sayin. Working that left side now. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield. But how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? They're looking to throw on 2nd and short. He's moving out of the pocket. And the quarterback caught up 2 and sacked at the 12.
And this has not been a good start for this offense. Like, this whole team, actually. They're already found themselves in a big hole. They're already trailing. They're going to need to throw the football, and you're going to have to protect your guy. This protection has to be better so he can make more plays.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical down and distances in this game, like that 3rd down right there, when it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
On 4th down, trying to find his man. Throws to the wideout. Makes the catch. Converts on 4th down. Is still on his feet. The definition of four-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere, just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do, but maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense took a little bit of a gamble, but they get the first down. Nothing to worry about.
And what moves this guy has. The jukes, the wiggles, the squirts just went right past him and picked up the first down. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. They wanted to strike first and strike hard, and they've been able to do that here in the first quarter as we take a look at the stats. Just about ready to get things started here in the second. We'll see if they continue to flex that muscle. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Back to throw, it's Sayin. Makes the catch, it's Tate. Bounces over the top. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening. The Buckeyes will line it up on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Gets it out quickly. He's got it inside the 10. Mark him out of bounds at the 9-yard line.
Well, another catch by the big fella. And, hey, this defense now in the second level, they've got to understand that they're going to see some play action. They can't keep biting on the fake. It's not easy to do. You've got to be aware of the tight end and his release. As soon as you see him get upfield, right now.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Looking to fire. Zings it complete to the right. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line.
Short completion setting up 3rd down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Pass is broken up, incomplete as they were trying to strike for 6.
And that's really good 3rd down defense. You've given up some yards. Who cares? Down here, right near the goal line, you bow your neck up. You force the 4th down. Nice job breaking on the football and forcing the incompletion.
He'll set up to throw. Here comes the heat. And they got him. A sack denies the try to convert on 4th down.
Man, that stings. You go all the way down the field, you get a 4th and goal situation, and the offense comes up small. The defense gets the sack. No point.
Turning it on. And what a huge chunk play for this offense. Just exactly what you need to move the ball down the field.
What a phenomenal job in the open field, breaking off the long run, and they're not going to just take their time and huddle up to get the next play called. They're right back at the line.
Grabs it inside the 10. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there.
Well, this offense is showing you it doesn't take a lot of time for them to generate explosive plays through the air. Big completion on the previous play. They take another shot and hit it, and they have completely flipped the field.
Moore to the air. Fired that thing out in a heartbeat, but it's incomplete.
Timing has got to be so critical when you're trying to throw the ball down close like that. They didn't have great timing on that one.
He'll try to dial up a better one this time on 2nd and goal from the 5. He'll run it to the middle, looking for the end zone. And he'll get this one back to the line of scrimmage, but no farther than that. Cutting it close now with 3rd and goal upcoming. Gonna run it. It's Davison. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Ducks!
You talk about going on the road and making a statement. 27-0. Hostile environment beat. Dang, you talk about home field advantage? Well, it hasn't worked. They have come in and had answers and started this first half as good as you possibly can.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they punctuated it with a 5-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Graham. Stopped at the 29, but found a little running room after coming out of the end zone. They take over late and have enough time to put together a drive. Corners are going to bail. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. This freshman makes the stop after a short gain.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
With the catch, it's Jackson. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
Fires to the wideout. And they can't make the play on third down.
Third and short like that on your own side of the field, you're just looking for a quick hitter. You're trying to get the ball out of your hand quickly, but the timing completely off there for the offense, and the ball falls incomplete.
Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Pocket breaking down. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down.
And this QB's really starting to show you something, isn't he? I mean, he's been hit a lot in the pocket, and I just like the toughness. At the end of the run here, he's not sliding because he's been banged up a little bit. Lowering the shoulder, getting the first down, taking some hits, but he's still competing.
And the Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. A little screen to the running back. Fighting off the defender. They'll say he goes out of bounds, mark it at the 46.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. It won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too, after he catches it. You saw it right there.
Quickly complete. They knocked him down at the 40. It's a pickup of 5, and that will be enough for a first down. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. This offense has had trouble getting it in gear, but maybe a little life here on 1st and 10. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
You got to be impressed with this defense early in this game, guys. They've got a big lead because they are getting after the quarterback. They've already generated multiple sacks. They thought coming into this game they could take advantage of this offensive line, and that game plan is working to perfection.
Looking for a man. It's Sayin. Firing to the right, complete. All the way down to the 27-yard line before they get him out of bounds, and this offense is threatening.
I like that big, reliable security line. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
It's complete to the left. He finally goes out of bounds, but you better check that laundry on the field. So they'll decline the pass interference penalty, and the results of the play will stand. The Buckeyes have it in scoring position on 1st and goal. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Under fire. Touchdown, Ohio State. Quick strike through the air for the score.
Needless to say, they needed that touchdown. They're down by a lot of points here in this game, and finally something goes right for them offensively. They put the drive together. They score here at the end of the first half. Now, In the second half, they need a lot more of this, and they're going to have to go tempo, they're going to have to stay aggressive, but maybe this gives them the confidence they need to stage a comeback. We'll see.
So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Gets it past the marker. At the 40, there he goes. And they get him out of bounds after an explosive run, just chewing up yardage along the way.
And obviously this offense has had their way, getting the huge lead, and now when you know it's a running situation later in the ball games, you're still getting pounded. This defense has to step up at some point and be a lot more physical.
D coordinators down the road that have to play this offense, man, they're going to have nightmares because this unit has so much speed and so much skill. At running back, receiver, tight end, the quarterback making good decisions, it is so tough trying to stop them and prevent explosive plays.
They'll have just enough time to get one more snap before the half. Quarterback may change this route. Moore will throw. Fires deep toward the end zone. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. We're just about ready to start the second half. Fielded in the end zone. It's Tate. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They start this third quarter in a big hole, and they have to start climbing out right now.
And they're going to have to be really aggressive, Reese. Like this offense, when I'm playing from behind, every possession means so much more. And if you look the other side, the defense, they haven't given much resistance.
Yeah, nothing has gone their way in the first half offensively. And you know now, based on how this defense is playing with their confidence, that you are going to be challenged on every single snap. So buckle up, get your mind.
Trying to get behind the defense. He holds it in, and nobody's close. Flying down the left side. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Buckeyes. Quarterbacks love receivers that can get separation, but that amount of separation is a little excessive.
I agree, Reese, and I think the defense needs to have a little powwow on the sidelines and talk about what just happened, because that was an absolute busted coverage on the back end. Defense can't keep playing like that.
And with the extra point, they trail by 2 touchdowns, 28-14. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He'll bring it out. It's Stewart. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. And after that last score, this is just a 2-possession game now, and they'll be looking to find some cushion on this drive. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
And that is one the quarterback is going to wish he had back. Receiver wide open, and he just threw it way too far out in front of him. He's never gotten into a rhythm, guys. This is one of the more talented guys in the entire country, and he's way under 50% completions in this game.
Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Got it behind the line. It's Green. Makes guys miss. That's what he does as he's out to the 20.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
He'll pull it down and run. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. The Ducks in the hurry up.
On the third play of the drive, third down, it's the scrambling ability of this quarterback that goes and picks up the first down. He was so...
There he goes! Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move. The Ducks are moving quickly down the field. Moore to the air. Finds his man, it's Hughes. Breaks a tackle and he's got room.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
And the Ducks with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Wants to go up top, using his legs to buy some time. It'll be incomplete, trying to extend the play, but just couldn't find anybody open. Hang on, Sloopy, the Buckeye crowd alive on third down. They'll stick to the ground, looking for the marker. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. The Ducks kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work.
Nice job being physical by this offensive line, getting the first down, and what do they do right away? Right back on the football, ready to run some tempo.
And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. Give to the running back. He's going to lose a yard on that one. The Ducks are at the line looking to convert on third and short. On third and short, they'll ride the running back here. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop. Fourth down and 3, and they'll try to pick it up. They'll run play action. Now adjusting. Big man has it. It's a first down and more. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense.
And that's a play the defense has got to be able to make, guys, right there on fourth down. You're in the third quarter, second half. You're playing at home, and it's a close game. You've got a huge opportunity to seize momentum. You just get the feeling that that momentum is going to be a big factor here in the second half. Someone had to step up and make a play. They just couldn't get it done.
This crowd knows they have to bring it in big moments, and one of those has arrived. The inside handoff. Stopped at the 13-yard line as they try to turn this into points. Big third down in the red zone, and this crowd is getting behind this defense. Off the bootleg, looking to fire. It's complete on the right side. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening. First and goal from the 9.
Nice job by the receiver on the back end there, too. He sees his quarterback on the run moving, and he just works to get himself open to give his guy a place to throw the football. They're able to connect, and they keep the drive going.
Moore will throw. He makes the grab. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. This has been utter domination through 3 quarters, and the stats will back that up. Starting off this quarter, close enough to smell the goal line. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. And the Ducks come to the line in the hurry-up. Turning to the running game here on third and goal. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up fourth down. Defense rolling out the big bodies to try to stuff the run. He will not get there. They'll turn it over on downs, and that leaves the door open. The Buckeyes backed up deep in their own end, trying to create a little space on first down. And he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon!
Really got to be impressed with the defense here. Late in the game, still firing off the ball and still making plays. What a great job. Not just picking it off, but taking it all the way back to the house. That pads their lead, and that should do it. You think that should do it now to get the win.
And a few anxious moments, but the hands team is able to fall on it.
Well, here in the fourth quarter, they were obviously expecting onside kick. They got their hands team on the field. They're able to jump on the ball and make sure they get possession.
Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. A very disappointing performance, but just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. And the Buckeyes trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Sends it back in motion. Looking to throw, it's Sayed. Finds his big tight end. And that corner came in hot despite knowing that he was giving up some size. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. That's caught. It's Smith. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. Needs it to keep this drive alive. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. The Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on 1st down. Deep shot for the end zone. And he dropped it. Oh, what a missed opportunity. Nobody around. Just had too much time to think about it. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Back to pass. Throws toward the end zone. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Bringing it back. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. And Oregon has it back, and here comes the offense. They'll try the run. It continues to be a long day as they are just swarming every time he gets the ball. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Takes the handoff. It's Davison. They keep feeding him in this running game, and the defense is having none of it. It's been that way all day. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. Moore to the air. The short hands. It's Benson. Still on his feet at the 45. He'll go out of bounds inside the 40. They'll mark it at the 39. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Bring in the heat. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
That's a play the defense needed, right? It's been a battle all game long. Here we are. It's late. Everybody's tired. They've given up a few yards on this drive, but they come away with a huge sack at a big moment.
And it falls in complete. But it could have been much, much worse as the defender was right there.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Trying to set up the screen. Looks as if they might have that screen really set up, but it'll be stopped short of the marker. It's 4th down.
And this defense continuing to struggle with the passing game. Listen, these offenses are so sophisticated nowadays. They're hard to stop, man. And it's a new one every single week. And I say this game, this defense underperformed. They're better than what they've shown. They've gotten torched today. And this is a tape that they're going to want to burn and never watch again.
The Ducks headed quickly to the line. Looking downfield on 1st down. Blasted as he lets it go. That ball is Sometimes there are careless interceptions and other times forced ones, and the defense forced that one.
They did. Nice job dialing up the pressure. Great job getting to the QB. So much athleticism on this defense, and moving forward, this offense
Breaks into the open. He'll work and weave his way all the way up to the 45 before going out of bounds.
Hey, you know, the defense here in this situation with a huge lead, they've got to anticipate that this offense is going to be trying to throw the ball to the sideline, so they've got to work different coverages to try to force the quarterback to go over the middle of the field with the football.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Tate. Timeout called by the offense. 29 seconds left on the clock. They'll snap it from the 34 on 1st and 10. Looking to pass. It's Sayin. Finds his back in the middle. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Defense will use a timeout. 22 seconds remaining in the game. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Catch in the middle. It's Tate. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down. Everybody has to be set. They have to get it off. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Looking for the score. Broken up, incomplete, and nearly intercepted in the end zone. It'll be 2nd down.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated.
He'll take a shot. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. This is like a baseball pitcher that can't miss. He is just pounding the strike zone.
Man, it just gets in the zone, right? And you can't miss. You've seen quarterbacks get like that no matter what they do. They're on fire. They're hitting the receivers. And listen, that's also on the defense. The defense has to do a better job making him feel uncomfortable, changing what they're doing in coverage so he's a little bit confused.
They fake it, and the kicker's looking to pass. And he's dragged down. Coming into this one, we wondered whether these guys were a little bit overrated, and certainly they did nothing to dispel that notion.
They were playing angry today.
it's time to get it going. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Offense in a bunch formation. They'll go to the ground. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Using his feet to buy time. Going right and going deep. Pulls in the deep ball. Defense on skates that time. They finally drag him down at the 42.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football. Had time. Spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense. Understanding what the defense is giving them and creating explosive play.
Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. Makes the grab down the left side. Touchdown, Ducks! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
I mean, what a great way to start this game. Getting the football in the end zone, getting it to your big play wide receiver. Nice job by this offense.
Yeah, David, it just seems like this offense came out with a sense of urgency, right? They're playing with great energy, and it seemed like everything they dialed up on that drive worked perfectly. Really nice rhythm, really nice flow, and they cap it off with a touchdown pass.
No idea what he could have been thinking to try to return that one, and they stop him at the 7. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Off play action on first down. Buying some time. They get to him as he throws. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
Man, if I'm the offensive line, I got to do a better job initially protecting my quarterback. And then once he scrambles out of that pocket and starts to go to the left, I got to stick with the play because then he gets whacked at the end of the play. And instead of helping my quarterback up, I got to make sure I protect him a lot better moving forward.
The power of Autzen Stadium on full display. The house of loud is deafening on this third down. The offense will have to use its first time out of the half. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Looking downfield, it's Simpson. Unloads to the wideout. Working that left side. Across the 35, out of bounds at the 36, and a really good pickup as they're starting to move.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that third down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
Leaves it with the back. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. Leaves it with the running back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
How frustrating is that? You're that running back. Where were you supposed to go? There was absolutely no lane for him on that play.
The play action fake. Fires on the move. Finds his man. It's Bernard. Into enemy territory and out of bounds at the 48. This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another first down. They go to the ground. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, I think the running back kind of went rogue on that last running play. I'm not sure it was designed to go that direction. He tried to make it happen on his own, and unfortunately ended up losing yards.
Got it in the middle. It's Bernard. And a nice grab there. Big pickup down to the 35-yard line. Alabama with a 1st and 10 here. To the ground with the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Looking down the middle. Picked off inside the 20, and they snuff out the threat. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
Well, the defense came into this one knowing they needed to create takeaways to try to gain as much momentum as they could. Really nice interception on that play. Great job with the eyes by the defender there picking that off.
They'll leave it with him. Oh, he's got some space. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be 1st down. They'll give it to him again. They stop him cold, maybe gets a yard to the 34. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. The give to the back. Plows through the defense. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. The Ducks trying to win the day by running for another 1st down.
Run the football. And it's always been the staple. We can go back as far as you want with Oregon teams. The ones that were good, they were built on the running of the football, the physicalness. Run the ball, baby.
They'll give it to the back. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. The Ducks moving quickly to the line. Power football with the run. Gets it past the 1st down marker and still running. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. And the Ducks back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Running back searching for a hole. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Looking for room. It's Davison. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. This should be the last play of the quarter. The give to the tailback. Finding an escape route. A very short pickup there, and that'll be the final play of the 1st quarter. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. They've swapped into the field, and we're ready to go in the 2nd. Boy, if they don't convert this 4th down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. A shot toward the end zone. And it's incomplete, and the defense stands tall and gets off the field.
Well, great defense on that one. They were ready for pass, and they forced the incompletion. They're coming off the field. That's a big win for this defense.
The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive that made me successful.
I agree.
Turning it on! And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. How can a stadium this size make so much noise? You can't hear yourself think on 3rd down here in Austin. Back to pass, it's Simpson. Looking to scramble. Got out of trouble and throws. Beautifully thrown ball. Terrific catch, and they'll have the first down. Offense, quick tempo. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Bought a little time. Lets it go. And he throws another interception. His third one of the night. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right.
So difficult because my eyes tell me as a defensive guy, he's handing it off. The offensive line's blocking run. I got to go get it. Quarterback pulls it, throws.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Makes the grab. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon. Did not take long to get into the end zone. Now let's see if this gets this offense to hit overdrive.
And we may have a situation here. We might have points, more points, and more points. You keep putting drives together like that quickly, chewing up that much yardage, defenses are going to have to get something figured out.
They'll try to add another to their lead. Oh, he missed it. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a two-play drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Adams. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity?
There he goes.
I love the play call there, and I love the run for a variety of reasons. Obviously, you're trying to settle your quarterback down after throwing 2 picks in the last 2 drives, but also you're able to generate a really nice game for this offense. And
he's loose on the left. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field, what a big gain for the offense.
They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. The defense sort of hurts this quarterback out of bounds short of the line of scrimmage for a loss. The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on 2nd down. They believe they can run right here. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17. Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another 1st down. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. And here's the 3rd interception of the night. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. Pulls it in down the sideline. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. They have a 1st down at the 41-yard line. Moore will throw. fire downfield. Touchdown, Ducks! They went for the big play, and boy, did it ever pay off.
A lot of times you see those receivers, as soon as they get by the DBs, you know, that hand goes straight up in the air. I got him. I got to step on him. He got to step on him. And the ball is thrown perfectly out in front. You can see he runs underneath it, gets it, and gets the long touchdown on the go route.
Coming out with it, it's Adams. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. Miller with the ball. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. Alabama quickly back to the line. 2nd and short, maybe looking for a shot. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
It doesn't matter who it is, receivers, in this case, a tight end. You get open, you sometimes start to look at that green space in front of you, you just take your eye off the football, lose your concentration a little bit, and miss that opportunity for possibly a big play.
Grab near the marker, it's Williams. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down. Looking to push the pace with the no huddle. To the air on first down. Steps away to find some room. Throwing on the run. And it falls incomplete, but that could have been disastrous. A defender was right there.
I think sometimes as a quarterback, when your offense is struggling, you don't have any points up on the board yet here at the end of the first half. You're just trying to take a shot to see if your guy can make a play. And that time, he thought he had the matchup he wanted, but he has just not been able to ever find a rhythm. And this defense is making it really hard on him, forcing that one to fall incomplete.
The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on third down. Looking downfield, it's Simpson. Keeping his eyes downfield, rolling left. Rush coming in hot, and they got him at the 29.
Man, another negative play for this offense. You've had the turnovers, you're throwing in the sacks. Like, they've got to do something better. They got to protect their quarterback, and they got to take care of the football. There's step 1 and 2.
Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. They'll get this drive started from the 29. Looking to throw on first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Davison. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
And that swing pass is basically just an extension of the run game, trying to get the back out on the perimeter of the field, but nice job by the defense making the tackle.
Under fire. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Going to take a shot at this DB. Brings it in down the left side. Finds some room. Touchdown, Oregon. Once he got some room, it was over.
Man, what great offensive execution. You talk about a
forget the kick. He's going to throw it. He runs into the end zone on the fake. What a gutsy call to come up with a 2-point conversion there. They already have the lead, and they apparently want more here in the first half, going for the onside kick. They're on it, and they get it back for another drive.
They're like the kid at the playground that just does not want to share their ball with anybody else and play in the sandbox. They've got a crazy lead, and still, head coach decides to go.
Fires toward the end zone. Touchdown, Ducks! They went for it all, and it paid off with the score.
I got to tell you, this offense has done some really good things here in this first half, and that was so critical. Scoring on their last possession of the half, they're padding their lead, and they've put so much pressure now on the opponent.
Getting aggressive here and going for 2. that's going to do it for the first half. And that'll do it here in the second quarter. Halftime has arrived, and we head to the studio. The Ducks will kick it away to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Williams. I imagine he's going to... Position in American sports feels the pressure or the weight on their shoulders like a quarterback. Hopes and dreams of an entire fan base of teams ride on whether their signal caller can lead them to glory. And boy, what a matchup of two elite dudes we have in this one. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the home of the USC Trojans, the storied Los Angeles Coliseum. As we'll see the number 4 team in the country, the Oregon Ducks, taking on the 21st ranked team in the land, the USC Trojans. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Collins with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. Trojans will kick it away to start us off. He'll bring it out. It's Stewart. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. The sure hands, it's Benson. Breaks into the open. Touchdown, Oregon! Hauled that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
How do you take the crowd out of the game? Do exactly that. Take the football, drive right down the field, prove you're the better team, give them nothing to cheer about. That is a picture-perfect first drive.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Looking to throw, it's Maiava. Moves around to clear up the vision. Got a man, it's Crockett. They stop him just short of the first down, but it will be 2nd and inches coming up.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
All right, defense, that's what we can't do. We can't give up this many junk yards on the ground. Got to commit more guys to the line of scrimmage. Got to get those running backs on the ground. That's way too easy.
Wants to throw on first down. That's wheeled in. It's Lane. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. And the Trojans are in the hurry-up.
And after that long completion for the first down, did you see everybody sprinting to the line of scrimmage offensively? They want to go tempo right now.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo.
He's got him on the right side. Great job by the receiver to get the foot down.
He makes it look so routine out there, just plucking passes in this offense. When you think about the success the Trojans have had offensively in the past, and certainly in more recent times, it always feels like there's got to be at least one receiver in this offense in the discussion for best in the country. This guy, I think, can be that.
The Trojans will have it 1st and 10. Looking to throw on first down. Quickly complete. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. Now on 1st and goal as they try to answer that opener with a touchdown of their own. Dropping back, it's Maiava. Fires to the tight end. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
That's a great example of the defense there, tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Here's a heat. To the end zone, and it's picked off.
When you get that quarterback and he starts to leak outside the pocket like that and roll, you roll with him. Those linebackers are supposed to move and shift with him, start to take away the field towards the sideline, because think about it. He's not going to throw back across his body. The defense read it well, moved with the rollout, made the big play.
From his end zone, trying to loosen up this knee. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really...
Oh, he's got some space. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow.
How nice is it in an offense when you can generate explosive plays by running the football? You got to force feed this guy, man. He is an absolute game changer.
Might as well give it to him again. Got enough for the first. And he's brought down after a nice game.
He really shows you his skills on that last run. And I feel like today, if you're a running back at Oregon, you are expected to be explosive. You're not going to be a guy that goes in between the tackles and gains 3 yards, and that's okay. I feel like now today, because of all...
He's loose. Past the 10. Touchdown, Ducks! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
Huge play. It's so nice to have guys that can create these explosive plays like this. You hand it to him, he can do the rest. Look at the speed, look at the elusiveness, get into the end zone. Nice run.
Here he comes from midway in the end zone. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They haven't exactly burst out of the starting blocks, and they need to get something together with this possession. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
Need 10 yards on this third down, and they're backed up inside their own 20. Soft spot in the middle. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down. And the Trojans racing to the line in the hurry-up. They'll run it from the gun. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass, it's Mayava. Looking to scramble. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play.
Man, this is why you practice 5 points of pressure with the football. You cannot put the ball on the ground. Doesn't matter how many defenders are around you or how hard you get hit. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win games.
Throws to the wideout. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, it looked like the offense had a rhythm here early in the drive, getting a first down, but I don't know about that play call. Going deep on third down, low percentage throw, it falls incomplete, and all that momentum that was established early in the drive, that's gone away now if you have to punt.
Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. On the move, it's Hill. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1. Didn't get much on first down, it's 2nd and 9.
And that wasn't a big gain, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a first down. Oh, and here they go again. First down, you've seen this. They like to go fast.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. The give to the back. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. Got it in stride inside the 20. Perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle at the 17. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat line. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. First play of the period, first down here. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And he is stopped immediately by the big defensive lineman. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Oh, they're after him. Here comes the rush, and they've got it wrapped up at the 28. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Rolling, throwing, looking right. He makes the catch in the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon.
They have been road warriors here in this game, coming into a tough environment, but in all three phases, they have been absolutely dominant. Their defense is not allowed a point, and the offense is going up and down the field, and they score another touchdown here before the end of the first half.
This is ultra aggressive. Still in the first half, got the lead and going for the onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football.
We're only in the first half, and I don't think anybody had onside kick in the second quarter on their bingo card. They were trying to catch the opponent off guard, but it didn't work. Now let's...
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. That last sack got them behind the sticks. It's second and long here. On over the middle. It's Lane. Snowed under by the defense. The Trojans want to crank the tempo. To the air. It's Mayava. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. Hits him in stride inside the 10. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Trojans.
Yeah, and that's simple, but it's not easy. It's a go route. Like that receiver's streaking straight down the outside of the field, and my job as a quarterback is to put that ball up in the air, keep it away from the safety. He does just that. The receiver comes down with the catch. Nice pitch, nice catch, touchdown.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. The Ducks ready to go back to work on offense. They've been nothing short of spectacular so far. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns, and they'll try to make it 4 for 4. Flushed out of the pocket. He's going to run it across the 45. Turning it on. What a play to get it inside the red zone, and they are set up at the 17. This offense thrives on those big, explosive plays, and that one has them set up with a 1st and 10 from the 17. Throws toward the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Ducks!
This quarterback really does a nice job seeing the field and reading coverage. And when you go empty and you spread the defense out, it's...
And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And the play will stand after the replay booth just does a little double checking to make sure. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Boy, they didn't exactly milk the clock on that drive, did they? 2 plays and into the end zone for the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. It's Lemon. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They're looking at a 21-point hole. There's still time to... What a complete disaster. What a terrible decision to run that far backwards and take the safety.
Oh, and how about this defense? Understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They've got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. The delay of game pushes the offense back. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Got it inside the 10. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon! This dude is revving his engine like that duck coming out on a motorcycle. He is putting up points and finding the promised land.
And it's nice to have a guy that can do that. Goodness gracious, they just keep finding at Oregon as trigger men, not only throw the football, but guys who can pick them up and put them down and make big plays.
And he tacks on the extra point. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. OC, quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. He'll bring it out. It's Lemon. No idea what he could have been thinking to try to return that one, and they stop him at the 7. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at half.
Pulls it in on the right. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. They've been steamrolled so far in this first half, David, but maybe a little positive momentum to take to the locker room.
And I like you got the first down of the drive, so maybe you can build on this now. I would play with some tempo, obviously getting closer to halftime here. Maybe create some momentum, get a score here, and cut into this lead.
And the Trojans want to pick up the tempo.
And you're seeing the offense now mix up the tempos. After a successful run, they're now going hurry up.
A shot toward the end zone. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting to throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
To the air, it's Mayava. Got his man quickly. And he picks up the first down, but he will remember the price he paid after that hit.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on third down.
There he goes. Past the 20. Touchdown, Trojans. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
He'll try to tack on one more. Splits the uprights. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they capped it off with a thrilling 50-yard run for the touchdown. Now to make sure this kickoff team covers it well to not give back that last score. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. And the returner is stopped. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break. This drive will open from the 15. Wants to go up top on first down. He wants to go deep. Oh, did he toast the coverage? Got it deep downfield. Off to the races. Touchdown, Ducks! He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. That was just as simple as playing catch in warm-ups.
And this offense felt like they could take advantage of this defense down the field throwing the football. They've got a lot of speed on the perimeter, and I feel like they've got some matchups they feel they should be winning one-on-one. You saw a great example of it right there.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Lemon. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. They are backed up, tough field position. The drive starts from their own 9-yard line. To throw, it's Maiava. It's complete to the right. Found a little bit of room to operate, but he'll be stopped just short of the first down. The Trojans will hustle to the line. Wants to fire on second down. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Oregon! Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the scoreboard.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Coming out with it, it's Lemon. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Looking downfield on first down. Makes the grab, it's Lemon. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. The sweet feet buy a little time. He'll pull it down. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run. Second down, they'll go to the air. The throw. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
This offense just has to find a way to find a rhythm here. They're playing at home, and they want this crowd to stay involved and be an asset in the game, but they need to start making plays. They can't keep throwing incompletions this early.
Spits it out to the back. Grab near the marker. It's Sanders. That'll be enough for the first down, and they'll mark it at the 48. And the Trojans come to the line with a new set of downs. Scanning the field, it's Maiava. Quarterback adapting. And the DB forcing the incomplete pass with the deflection.
Well, you make big plays for your quarterback in the game. You catch a touchdown pass, he's going to look your way again, often, downfield like they did right there, but give the defense credit, forcing an incompletion.
Gets rid of it. Can't make the grab. Quarterback just missed him a little bit.
You know, these throws to the perimeter of the field can be so tricky for a quarterback. You've got to be pinpoint accurate and have great timing. You didn't see it there from the QB.
It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Pulls it in, it's Lane. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. We've got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. It's 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Looking left. He's got it. And he's brought down after a nice gain. One snap coming before they head to the locker room. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. And it's caught! Touchdown, Southern Cal!
Let's just call it like it is. The first half has been ugly for this offense. Not a lot to cheer about until that play right there. They finally score. We've seen crazy things happen in college football. They're way down on the scoreboard right now, but anything can happen and anything can change after you score like that.
He's got it in the end zone for the 2 as they trim more off of that lead.
I like a nice execution. Catch the football. Get it out of your hand. Nice rhythm, nice timing for that 2-point conversion.
They are way down, and they'll try to cut into it by getting this onside kick.
And you don't see a lot of these. You don't see a lot of onside kicks earlier in the game, especially in the second quarter. You still feel each other out. You're still getting into the game. You don't want to give away that momentum, but that's exactly what they did by failing on that onside kick.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Just enough time for one final play of the half. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Moore to the air. Here's the pressure. Quarterback strolling away from heat. Escapes the pressure to his right. He just throws it away, and I think the flag's going to be coming in. There it is. That's going to wrap it up here in the first half. Stay tuned. Second half not too far away. Kickoff unit all lined up, and we're ready to put toe to leather. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Looking to throw on first down. With the catch, it's Lemon.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all offseason long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Dances away to buy time. On the run, deep down the right side. He's got it on the outside. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on. The Trojans want to move quickly. Out of the gun to give to the back.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and
pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm.
And it's been a long day. I mean, there's not much to point out that this offense has done well. They're behind huge, and they got no shot if they can't somehow find a way to protect their quarterback.
Facing this double-digit deficit here in the second half, almost a no-brainer to go for it on fourth down. Here he goes breaking the pocket. Gets drilled as he throws the big pressure on fourth down, and they'll get it back. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. He might want another play. Moore will throw. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Snagged in the middle, it's Casper. And he'll be smacked to the ground. The Ducks with myriad options after that big pickup on first down.
Hey, if you're the defensive coordinator, you might want to start thinking about spying this QB because
going for it all. Touchdown Ducks! They wanted it all, and that is exactly what they got.
And how about the offense? They spread them out. Everybody spread wide. Easier to read a defense when you do that. They find the matchup they want, and they get rewarded with the score.
And he made the extra point without problem. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they've built this sizable lead. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the fourth down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because you think you might get points, and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give the...
It's caught. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41.
Well, I know they're losing right now, but they're not going to be losing for long if they keep hitting shots like that. And I love the idea here, taking a shot to your best player on offense. This guy is one of the biggest playmakers in all of college football. Tremendous speed. He locates the ball, makes a catch, and that play gives this offense so much confidence.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the first down. And listen, you got to reload quick now because this offense, they got their foot on the accelerator.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go? Dropping back, it's Maiava. Rushes on him. This time on target. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. They'll try to get it through the air. Looking for the end zone. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6.
Once you start to get down here towards the goal line, it's so much more difficult to throw the football. And you really want to stretch the defense sideline to sideline and use your speed and take advantage of the grass when you see it. They try to take a little bit of a shot down the field unsuccessfully. Nice job by this defense.
He's got it. First down and more. Oh, it's a fumble. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
Well, it looked like he was going to get the first down there. You're the quarterback. You're the coach. You're thinking, all right, fresh set of downs. Offensive coordinator's already looking at his play sheet, getting ready to dial up the next play, but not so fast, David. Defense comes away with a massive takeaway.
Huge takeaway. And think about it. You're trying as hard as you can to get him down, stop him on this 4th down, get the ball back. He gets the first down. It's a little bit...
Breaks into the open. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Got enough for the first down. And he's brought down after a nice gain. And the Ducks in the hurry-up. Right back to the well.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage.
Going for the big play. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd.
I think when you go through these progressions as a quarterback, you want to find the right guy to throw to, obviously. I didn't think he was the right guy. I didn't think he was really that open. And listen, he sailed and he overthrew it, but I might have surveyed the middle of the field a little bit better there.
Going back to the well, another deep ball. Makes the grab on the big throw. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Oregon! If this dude were a kitchen knife, he would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
USC 22.
He's going to take a chance from midway in his end zone. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he's stopped at the 14. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Looking for a man. It's Maiava. Got it in the middle. It's Lemon. Bulldozes his way through. And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
They got him free for a big gainer to the 43.
That's a huge throw for the offense, but they're down by a ton. They're going to need a lot more of that, and it's not going to be easy considering the defense knows they're probably going to be throwing the ball every play here in the second half moving forward.
The throw, and he dropped it. Just didn't look the thing all the way in.
You want to have a lot of success on defense? Make the quarterback feel uncomfortable. This defense has been doing it time and time again, and you can tell this quarterback doesn't have a prayer.
And he throws another interception, his third of the night. Looking for more room. Touchdown Ducks! What momentum you get when the defense comes up with a play like that. What a play by this defense with the pick six.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it.
It's a fake, and the kicker's going to throw it. No, picked off in the end zone. The 50. He's at the 40. The 20. Inside the 10. He just set sail for the end zone after the pick and turns it into a 2-point return. That's the end of the period, and Oregon has the lead. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth-quarter comeback. Stadium buzzing, kickoff team on the field, and we are ready to get this thing started. He'll bring it out. It's Lemon. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. It looks as if this game is going to be one to just drag to the recycle bin, but and that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. And the Trojans come to the line in the hurry-up.
It's pretty obvious. This defense came into this one knowing they were going to have to play a complete.
And man, oh man, he is in the dark tonight. His 4th interception. He's brought down. A short return, but the defense comes out on top with a pick. Great place to start for this offense. Here's a quick throw out to the left. And he motors into the end zone. Touchdown, Oregon!
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Lemon. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Weeks like this are tricky, but you have to respond better than they have, and I would expect they'll take a major hit in the rankings next week. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Well, this has been a day to forget if you're this quarterback. And I got to be honest, guys, I'm surprised he's still even in the game right now because he's had 0 rhythm. He hasn't been accurate. He's thrown a ton of interceptions. Most coaches would have pulled their guy by now. I know the guy I played for back in college, he would have pulled me about 2 interceptions ago.
And I absolutely love what this defense is doing, man. You know exactly what time it is. You've got a big lead. They're going to have to throw the football. So more nickels, more dimes, bring the speed on the field, and get ready to play the pass.
Back to throw, it's Mayava. Good quickness to grab it off the bounce. Still on his feet. Out across the 30 and out of bounds at the 33, and that's what you're looking for when you're backed up in your own territory. That's why
what you want as a defender. Just get your hand on the football, let that thing bounce, and you see so many big plays made, but it was the opposite. It goes right to the wide receiver, makes the play, makes the catch. Man, that's frustrating for a defense.
No huddle here for the offense. Wants to throw again. Pressure coming. And he'll just get rid of that one.
And this game's starting to tick away for this offense, and they're getting in desperation mode. They've got to be able to find a way to make plays in the pocket. It's not going to be the scrambles out wide. You need passing plays deep down the field. They've got to find some way to attack this secondary.
He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and fourth down's coming.
No harder position to play in a ball game than the offensive line. You know, tonight in this game, you're down by a lot. You know you have to pass the football. Man, it's a tough job to protect up front, and they definitely struggled on that play.
And that decision will be questioned for a while. This offense has it with really good field position. Wants to throw on first down. He lets one fly deep. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch. Backed up now. Here's second and long. Here we go. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. He'll take another shot here. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down. And now let's see if the offense can bail itself out after the second down misfire. He's not afraid to go deep. Touchdown Ducks! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them.
And it hasn't mattered what they've called, guys, offensively all game long, or who's been on the field, what personnel groupings there have been. They're simply executing at a higher level than this defense, and they're keeping their foot on the pedal here in the fourth quarter.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone. It's Lemon. Rolling the dice to bring it out. Some would call it swag, some call it cockiness, some would call it being a diva. When you're good, it's not bragging. And elite wide receivers and the confidence they exude often permeates an entire team, and we're going to see a couple of examples of that in this one. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the home of the USC Trojans, the storied Los Angeles Coliseum, as we'll see the number 4 team in the country, the Oregon Ducks, taking on the 21st ranked team in the land, the USC Trojans. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. start the game. He'll bring it out. It's Stewart. Stopped at the 26, brought it out of the end zone, picked up an extra yard. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. At the 45, on his way. A huge play there, and they finally get him out of bounds at the 37. The Ducks headed quickly to the line. Apparently, line number 1 on the game plan, attack, now, immediately.
And this...
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. That sack gets this offense behind the chains. It's second down. Moore to the air. Throwing right. Got a man. It's Casper. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. It's not just the dual threat guy. You go back to Dan Fouts or Bill Musgrave or even Justin Herbert, and passers not in short supply for the Ducks.
And when you think about the Ducks, you always think about the fancy uniforms. I think that's one of the first things that come to mind, but the guys you just named, it's been built on flash, but it's also been built on substance. Great players in their tradition, in their history, and just like now, just in the recent history, Bo Nix, another one of those guys that's put up big numbers.
Now he's going to glide away from pressure. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Oregon.
I think a lot of people probably expected to see that, right? They're playing on the road, and you know this is going to be a hostile environment, but they've got the better players, and we've seen that before, and there was no hesitation. Opening drive, they go right down the field, they score a touchdown, and they made a statement.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he's going to bring this one out. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. Right up on that line of scrimmage. They'll try the left side. Hines is way ahead for 6 and a little breathing room to the 17.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
And the Trojans in a good spot here with 2nd and short. The give to the back. He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19, give him 1. This is the type of play that can give the offense momentum. 3rd and short from inside the 20. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
And that's exactly what you wanted from this offense, man. Just breathe a little bit easier, created a little bit of space by getting that first down. Now I wonder, now does this open it up? Does this give us a chance?
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
When you're on defense and you get to play outside linebacker, it's about as good as it gets, right? I get to rush the passer just like this and put him on the ground. Then I get to cover in space. I get to move all over the place. Great job by the outside linebacker. The most...
Intercepted, and the defense has set him up. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, Ducks!
And the defense sets the tone early in this football game. We're still in the first quarter, and this is looking like they're putting a complete game together. Offense scoring, defense scoring. Palmer, they're up 2 touchdowns already.
Yeah, you got to give this coaching staff credit. They have their guys ready to go, and this is what you call firing on all cylinders early in a game.
And he puts through the extra point. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd.
Set to kick this one.
And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They've gotten off to a sluggish start and need to put something together on this drive. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. Off the play fake on first down. Steps away. Looking for his man in the middle. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up.
I love that play call by the offensive coordinator. Your quarterback just threw a pick six. You want to pick him right back up, right? So don't handcuff him. On the very first play of the next drive, let him throw the football to try to reestablish a rhythm and reestablish some confidence. Obviously, that one falls incomplete, but they need to get this guy back into a rhythm. The only way you do that is by throwing the ball.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. Floating away.
And this is not the start this guy envisioned in this game. He's already thrown a pick six here in the first quarter, and now he takes a sack. You got to wonder if that pick six rattled him a little bit, and if he's out here now seeing ghosts. He's got to get to the sidelines. He's got to shake the cobwebs off. You got to be able to turn the page and have a short memory, because this thing is going in the wrong direction for their signal call.
Here's the handoff. Makes him talk to the hand. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup. The Ducks moving quickly to the line. Might be calling a hot route. Moore will throw. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Touchdown, Oregon! They wanted to finish, and that they did on that possession.
They are absolutely boat racing this team right now. We're not even at the second quarter yet, and this offense has been up and down the field. They've taken a huge lead early. Everything they're dialing up, David, is working.
Yeah, so I'm going to flip this to the other side. I'm going to need my offense to score some points, and in a hurry. Like, they got to figure it out, but they got to put a drive together, keep us off the field, score some points, and let us find some answers, because right now, defensively, we have none.
Here he comes from midway in the end zone. Slips through the line. He is electric in the return game, and that one has the offense set up nicely. They'll start this drive from their own 35-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Pulls it in. It's Sanders. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. They're dealing with a second and long. Wants to go up top. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Great job by the DB seeing where the ball's going and breaking it. And I know that sounds stupid. Of course he is. He's supposed to do that. But a lot of times the angles you take are sometimes compromised and leaves you giving up big plays.
Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. Nice pickup on the return, but more important, they got the takeaway, and now they're in business.
Man, another mistake by this. Listen, he is an elite quarterback. He's really, really good. He's pressing too much. Jesse, the #1 job of a quarterback, you better protect the football. I don't care.
Turning it on. And a pickup of 8 opens a world of opportunities on 2nd and 2. And the Ducks with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Caught behind the line. It's Benson. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Off the RPO, complete. Just across the 20 with a 1st down at the 19. The Ducks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Quick release on the RPO. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Moore to the air. Good timing on the quick out. Touchdown, Ducks! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
How explosive is this offense, right? They rev it up so quickly. Speed, playmaking ability, versatility, running, throwing, NFL talent all over the place. And after that last touchdown, they've already blown this game wide open. And guys, we're not even through the 1st quarter yet.
Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead and they're trying to hold on to it.
Set to kick it off.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. Nothing wrong with the touchback, and they wish they had one right now, but he stopped at the 9-yard line. And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. DBs will try to keep everything in front. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Got his man to the left. On the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter. Time has expired here in the quarter, and Oregon has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the 1st period as we look at the stats. So 1st down here as they go back to work. Wants to go up top on 1st down. On the run, fires downfield. Makes the catch. It's Lane. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a 1st down at the 37.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
The Trojans are in the hurry-up.
The offense has a little bit of success on the ground, and they're up. Look at them. They're ready to go again, back on the line of scrimmage, ready to run another play.
He'll throw it. And he is finding wide-open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Oregon! Look, I know it's only the 2nd quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
USC 0.
Fielded in the end zone, it's Lemon. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line.
Will take over 1st and 10.
And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks, but guess what? They do happen. So you've got to be able to turn the page here and lead this offense.
Well, I think you know this defense is going to be aggressive. They're going to jump routes. They're going to play aggressive. You got to take advantage of that. Maybe use that this time to your advantage.
Back to throw, it's Mayava. Here comes the heat. Takes a hit as he fires.
And I think a big reason this offense is struggling right now and why they're trailing on the scoreboard is they have not been able to protect this guy, and it's affected him. He has not looked very accurate. Moving forward, the pass pro has got to be better to help this guy out.
That's caught. It's Lemon. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. They're in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you square your prominent jawline. Makes a catch, first down, and maybe a lot more. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the fourth down conversion, moving the chains easily.
That tells you a lot about their confidence in this quarterback. Fourth down early in the game on your own end, and you go for it, but when you make decisions and throws like that, it's easy to see why.
And this just hasn't been his day, man. He's already thrown some interceptions and leaving the ball short, like just not getting to his receiver. He's got to do something to change the mojo up, because right now he's not playing well, and at this rate, he might be going to the pine.
Makes the grab along the sidelines, and they get enough for the first down. And the Trojans are on the move.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. I think on that last completion, it was a good example of it.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
Got to give the defense a lot of credit, man, because they've come into this hostile environment and they've quieted the crowd down with some of the plays they're making. They've got a nice lead right here, and they're making it hard for this quarterback to go to work.
Buys a little extra time. This one's complete. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. The Trojans racing to the line in the hurry-up. To the air, it's Mayava. Steps to his left, out of the pocket. Into the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
And a really great job by the defense adjusting that, because on this drive, this quarterback has found his guy a few times, and now the defense is saying, we are double covering him. You might throw it somewhere else, but that guy is not going to make the cut.
That throw and catch gets them down to the 6, and the defense is running out of answers. Just keep slinging it. Got away from trouble and got rid of it. Got the quick pass. He'll be stopped about 2 yards short of a first down. On fourth down, looking for the completion. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, USC!
You got to wonder if that's going to be the play that changes the momentum in this game for the offense. It had been tough. They were up against it here early in the game, but the quarterback now starting to find a little bit of a rhythm. Really nice touch and throw on that touchdown. And here we go. This might be the play that gives them their confidence.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. He'll bring it back from inside the 15. And he did a good job bobbing and weaving and finding a little bit of running room on that return. This drive will get underway from just inside the 35 at their own 34. Pocket breaking down. Buys a little time with his feet. Looking down the left side. He's got it along the sideline. There he goes. Touchdown, Ducks! He got a step and just dusted the field.
That is so hard to defend. QB wants to make a play from the pocket, but does a great job escaping to his left, eyes down the field. Palmer, he looked like a young, athletic Jesse Palmer, getting outside the pocket and throwing a dime.
I would have torn my ACL if I had tried to roll out to my left like that in my playing days, but how about this quarterback keeping his eyes downfield, never quitting on the play, and finding a viable option and delivering an accurate throw so that he could advance it after the catch and take it all the way into the end zone.
Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Give to the running back. Stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done. They'll try the run. He'll be stopped at the 27, but picks up 10 on that one.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to get this guy on the ground, man. He's got some serious moves once he has the ball in his hands.
They'll put it in play from 7, first down. Looking to throw, it's Mayava. Bought a little time, lets it go. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete.
And with that incompletion, man, this crowd, I don't know that they are really happy about what's going on. I mean, they already built a deficit, and they don't have a lot to cheer about. They got to get some kind of rhythm, something going on this offense to ignite this fan base.
Quarterback just flat missed it. Incomplete.
Well, that ball landed incomplete, but you saw the quarterback's speed, and you saw how big of an asset that is for this offense. There was a good pass rush, but he was easily able to avoid the defenders and at least give himself an opportunity to complete that throw.
He's missed 3 in a row now with that last incompletion. 3 straight misfires has left them staring at 4th and 10, but they'll try it again. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs.
Well, I knew the coach was confident in his offense. I did not know he was that confident this early in the game. 4th and long. I thought he'd just punt that one away and let his defense take the field. Interesting.
We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Under fire. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Oregon!
And, man, the defense really needed to stop there. They needed to create some momentum, get the ball back to the offense before the half. But the offense does their job, and they continue to pile on, continue to create momentum. There's going to have to be some questions answered at half with this squad because it's been a struggle in the first half.
And they did tack on that extra point with no problem.
USC 7.
Coming out with it, it's Lemon. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the first half. They'll go to the ground. And he has had a long day at the office, not to mention the backfield, as the defense has been all over him. Bringing the heat. And he is going down here, but we have a penalty marker at the line of scrimmage. They may have jumped the gun. Much more manageable situation for this offense after the penalty. It's 2nd and 6. Now the play fake. Unleashes one. Good quickness to grab it off the deflection. He stopped at the 40, but it'll be a first down here late in the half. And the Trojans want to crank the tempo. It is better to be lucky than good. He wasn't throwing that ball to him at all. He still made the grab.
I don't know how he caught it, Reese, honestly, because he knew the ball wasn't coming towards him either, but he didn't lose his focus and somehow came up with the catch.
The Trojans have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Dances away. On the move to the right and looking for a big one. And it's picked off for the 4th time today. He'll try to take it back. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Ducks! How about this defense taking one back to the house?
And this is blowout city. This offense has been up and down the field. We've seen explosive